Hello and welcome to the Wavy News Podcast. My name is Cabela, and with me today is Eliza Rose from Eliza and the Organic. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, we're so happy that you could join us today. You are part of the Wavy 2025 Winners Series.
Yes.
Tell me all about what award you won, like the song it was for, the production it was for. Tell me all about it.
Yeah. Well, the song is actually something I was very proud of, this project that we did. It was originally an NPR Tiny Desk video, so I had been thinking about a concept for a video, and we filmed it at this amazing studio space called Los Depressos in Brooklyn, and it is about life. And the concept that I had for the video was basically that my bandmates were going to jump out Muppet style. So from the sides, from the bottom, and there were these kind of planned out segments to the video. So it ended up being incredibly cute, posted it on YouTube, did all the editing and all this stuff. And that was the video that I submitted. And that's the video that won for the live performance category. It was this live performance that we did at a studio space in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I love that.
Yeah, I'm really, really proud of that video. It ended up being really charming.
Whoa! Then he met his wife. There was friendship that saved me, the dreams that engaged me, one big discovery that truly changed me, the meaning we seek that we find in a moment of quiet. That's life. Life! Life! It's the golden resounding sound of life in this life. Life! Life. Full of turmoil and panic and strife. And we think that we can get it right. We really think that, but we'll never get it right. But hey, I guess that's alright. Maybe that's just the nature of this crazy life.
Oh my God, that was amazing. We love that. Oh, absolutely wavy worthy. And you're probably one of the most prolific artists we have as a wavy winner. You're on tour, right? Or you've been on tour multiple times, right? And you're not on tour right now though?
So I have been touring for many years. At first it was I would go on sort of smaller trips where it would be, a weekend. I'm based in New York City, so, it would be like a circuit up to New England or down to like Philadelphia, DC, Baltimore. So I would have these weekend circuits. But over the past few years, I have been doing longer tours over the summer. So that's something that's been kind of developing. So yeah, I go on pretty much a big tour at least once a year. And I am, working on that a lot. I'm not currently on tour, but I am playing a showcase in LA next month, with another Wavy winner. Julia Jade invited me to play that. So I'm really very excited for that. I've never been to LA.
You've never been? Oh,
No.
so that's like extra exciting.
Yeah. It's funny I've never been to LA because
And everywhere.
yeah, well, we just did a European tour this past summer, and that was super, super cool, but I've still never been to LA.
Do you want to plug the event with
Yeah,
Julia Jade?
definitely. So it's called Slumber Party Sessions. It's at a venue in Hollywood called Hotel Cafe,
Yep.
and I think it's going to be super, super cute. The idea is that everyone performs in pajamas or something you would wear to a slumber party. So I'm still working on deciding what I'm going to wear for that.
Oh my God.
I kind of want to wear like a unicorn onesie or something like that.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's so funny because I saw you say that you were going to be a part of
Yeah.
that. And I was like, I remember when she started it like
Oh,
3
okay.
years ago or something.
Yeah.
Like it's been a minute and
hmm
it's just grown so much. So that's so exciting.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it was a really cool connection. She reached out to me and
Yeah.
asked, do you want to come play this sometime? Just let me know if you're ever in LA. And I jumped on it. I was like, let's do it.
Love
Let's make
that.
it happen.
Love that. And when is your performance? Because I know anybody in LA can go see
Oh,
it.
yeah. So that is coming up February 20th.
Exciting. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's
So a
gonna
little
be
over a month away.
wonderful. And the weather in LA is so nice. You're gonna have such a good time. It's gonna be wonderful.
I'm really excited to go and just experience LA, excited to play the show and meet a lot of cool artists and also just walk around LA and see what's going on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, let me know if you need any recommendations. We
Oh,
go
I
back and
definitely
forth a
do.
lot. So
I
absolutely. Yeah.
definitely do. Did you live in LA?
No, but another Wavy winner, Morgan Clay and I work together a lot, and she is based out in LA, so I used to
Oh,
go back
cool.
and forth quite a bit. But
Hmm.
it's definitely it's one of those cities where I feel like you either fall in love immediately,
Yeah.
or you're like, why am I here? You'll have to let me know like what you think of it.
Yeah.
Love
Well,
it. Yeah.
I think that like temperament wise, I am probably more suited to California than to New York because I don't really have a New York City personality and I never have,
Mm.
even though I've been here for like 10 years. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm a
No.
little bit more of a hippy dippy person, so
So
maybe I'll have a
very
great time.
LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I honestly I get that though. I feel
Yeah.
that vibe from you. Very like just like cool and chill. And I also kind of get that from even like your genre is rock, but I still
Hmm.
get that kind of like cool
Yes.
feeling from it, which is so fun.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of rock artists I like who are kind of like that. Like Courtney Barnett was a big one when she got really popular. This kind of it's like a little bit laid back but very rock at the same time.
yeah, like has a little grunge to it.
Hmm.
A little ick.
Definitely. I love a
Yeah.
little grunge.
A li
I love some
I love
90s.
I love a little grunge. Well, I with the even you got
I
the
know.
choker
I
on.
love
I
the
was like,
chokers.
we love a 90s look. We
You
love
should see. I actually recently got like the fingerless gloves. I always wanted those when I was a kid, and I, as an adult, decided why not? I'm just gonna go
mm,
full 90s.
oh my God, incredible. I can't wait. You should wear those to
I
the
should.
performance too. Or just wear them on tour. Just like let that be your statement.
Unicorn onesie and
Fingerless
fingerless
glove.
gloves.
Incredible. Well, at the show, I know you've got some new music coming up. Do you I'm assuming you're gonna be playing that, so we want people to know about it before the show. Tell me a little bit about upcoming projects, everything you've got going on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've been sort of in a like an album stasis for a while where I was working on one album and that album turned into like four albums. So now I'm kind of working on four albums, but I'm trying to focus on finishing one album. So I have an album that is in the works. I have a new single coming out called Anti-Anthem,
Yeah.
which we just finished mixing and mastering. So I don't have an exact release date on that yet, but that's the soonest thing that's going to be coming out. And that is a song that was kind of inspired by sort of like blues rock stuff. Like Angel Olsen has this song that I really like called I think it's "Shut Up, Kiss Me." And that song in particular, I really was inspired by, and inspired by some stuff by the Pixies too. I had a lot of fun recording this song and recording different guitar tracks. I always love to record a bunch of guitar tracks because I'm a guitar player, so I'm always just like layering track after track after track. But I'm really, really pumped for this single to come out. I think it's gonna be a really good one. It's a little bit more blues rock than some of the stuff I've been doing recently. Yeah.
I'm so excited for it. I like have it marked on my calendar to be ready for it. Like, and anybody else who is like who just like I feel like your genre, your style goes across like rock balance in general. So if you like it, like if anybody likes that little bit of grunge, like y'all are gonna love Eliza. So please make sure you're streaming her music. You're heading over to her socials, following her. You're a guitarist, but you've played with a lot of different people, right? Like it's not just your projects. You've kind of been
Yeah.
a side person,
Side
side
individual.
side individual. There we go.
I have a background in guitar. I was originally like classical guitar, but jazz, rock, I do all kinds of stuff. And yeah, so here and there I'll always like sub in on different gigs, but then most recently over the past year, I've been playing lead guitar in my friend's project, which is called Mars Ray and the Raptures.
Cool.
And my friend who started that band told me specifically she was looking for kind of like the blues rock thing, which I am very, that is very much my genre. of guitar playing. I grew up with a lot of like Jimi Hendrix and, Eric Clapton, Stevie Ray Vaughan, all of that stuff. So I've been having a ton of fun. It's a punk project, but it's kind of like New Orleans jazz, big
Ooh,
band inspired. Yeah, so I love playing guitar. I love doing, session stuff on guitar. Anytime I get to play guitar, I'm happy, basically.
I love that. What would you say is like you were like this artist or this show or this event, I it
Mm.
would be my dream. Like to eat like as a headliner or as like a side individual, like
Oh, yeah, yeah,
what's your
yeah.
dream?
Jenny Lewis. Jenny
Ah,
Lewis.
yeah.
I love Jenny Lewis.
Ooh,
I saw her play live at Pier 17 last summer, or actually now it's 2026, so 2 years ago. And she has a female guitar player, and the whole time this guitar player was up there, I was thinking like, man, I would love to have this gig. I would love so much to have this gig. Playing lead guitar with her would be amazing.
that's incredible. I love that.
Yeah.
Honestly, my dream as an artist in this again, side note, my dream as an
Hmm.
artist is to have like an all-female band.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is me. That's my
I
like
was I was briefly in an all-female punk band, which was called Boys on the Internet was the name. And we had been sort of like brainstorming band ideas. We were talking a lot about how there's all these band names that are like the Bare Naked Ladies or the
yeah.
Violent Femmes, and there's like no women in sight. So the joke was, how do we like reverse that? So we came up with Boys on the Internet, and it was an all-female band. Um, it was super fun, and we all got kind of too busy, and there was some moving around that happened. But it was a very fun project for a little while there.
That sounds incredible. I mean, even the name
Yeah.
Boys on the Internet is so iconic. I, oh my God. You
Yeah.
don't know this about me. I'm obsessed with band names. I have a list of like 200 potential band names.
Oh, I
If
did
you
not
ever
know
need
that.
another one, just like
Okay.
let me know. I've
I
got
will
the
keep
list
that in mind.
ready
Hmm.
for you. Let's talk a little bit about you are like a DIY queen, right? Like this is and
Kind of, yeah.
if you'd prefer not to be called queen, you're like a DIY monarch.
No,
Like
you can call me a queen. Absolutely. That's
great,
fine.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like building your own like decks and pedal boards and what? Tell I can't build to save my life. So please walk me through it like I'm a toddler.
Yeah, I mean, a pedal board I feel like is such an individual thing. Like every guitar player has to find their own sound, and mine, again, it's the blues rock thing, but I started with like the Crybaby wah pedal. So that was for a long time the hallmark of my pedal board was the wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
But another huge staple of my pedal board is the Pog. For those who don't know about the Pog, it's an octave up, octave down pedal, so you can make your guitar sound like a synth. You can make it sound like a bass. You can make it sound like a normal guitar, or you could make it sound like all three at the same time. It's a very versatile pedal. I
That's
think a great pedal for any guitar player to have. There's also micro pogs, which are like, I always think of the little mini Snickers bars, like when they're like fun sized. So there's like a fun sized pog that really takes up like very little space on your board.
I love
Those are
that.
a couple of my favorites.
Oh,
Favorite
cool. That's
pedals.
so cool. I've never heard of a pog before, so
Oh,
that's
pog is
really
great.
it
Yeah, it's a good
sounds
one.
great. Oh my God. So you're like a part of the like Brooklyn DIY scene, right? Like
Yes.
it's not just
Yeah.
an individual thing, like you've got a community.
Yes. I've been part of a lot of different little bubbles in New York. And New York is an interesting place because you think it's a big city, but in terms of the music community, it's actually much smaller than you would expect it to be. Yeah, I spent a lot of my 20s hanging out in the Bushwick DIY scene, and it was an amazing time. You were like a lot of cool artists and, a lot of creativity, a lot of free jazz jams happening in basements and rooftops and stuff like that. But I'm also part of a group called the Topaz Collective, which started around an open mic based in Brooklyn.
Mm.
And it's a collection of songwriters. And that has been a very cool thing to be part of. We often put out an album over the course of the year that's like a compilation album. Um, last year, the theme was Krampus. So it was like a holiday album. And the year before that was more Halloween spooky season theme. So yeah, definitely being part of a community and a scene has been a big part of my musical journey living in New York.
Mm.
Seeing what everyone else is doing, that's always like a very inspiring thing because all of our creativity is so different. But when I see what other people are doing and how they're doing things very differently from how I'm doing them, it always actually gets me really excited because I
Yeah.
think about like what could I be exploring? What other things could I be trying?
It is interesting. Like, I feel like the music industry right now, and maybe less so where we are right now, but definitely in the past has been extremely individualistic, and we are kind of seeing that
Mhm.
shift towards there was community and then there wasn't for a while, and I feel like we're kind of shifting back, especially with independence kind of being more on the rise, I would say.
I hope that we're shifting back toward a more community-based
Mhm.
model. It does feel like a lot of the bigger systems are not really looking out for us as individuals. So, you know, banding together as a community seems like what we got to do.
1000%. We've been talking for a minute, out of left field
Yeah. Okay.
question. You're at the very beginning of your career. Like,
Hmm.
take yourself back. Not necessarily what advice, what would you say, like, hey, don't do this, steer away from such and such to
Mm,
yourself? Like,
yeah.
you can do both, like positive and negative, but kind of like, what would you say is like your, not a mistake
Hmm.
that you see people making, but a like a net negative that you see kind of popping up sometimes?
Well, something that comes to mind immediately is I feel like because there are these online platforms where people are getting big, there's a huge concentration on like, oh, I'm going to make it big on TikTok, and it's all
Mhm.
about numbers and likes and views. And there are people who are very successful on TikTok, and it definitely can be a path to success. But I think focusing exclusively on that is a bad idea because you need to develop yourself as an artist for your own sake.
Yeah.
And you need to perform live and you need to have community around you and get feedback. And if you get too focused on just the screen and the feedback of like, ooh, someone liked it. I have this many views. I have this many likes. That's going to be a negative just for you as an artist and as a person because that kind of like it's helpful. It like makes your ego feel good, but it's not going to help you grow as an artist. It's not really part of that process.
1,000%.
And
Yeah.
it's I feel like for me it's tough on my ego doing that stuff now. Like whether it's positive feedback or negative feedback that I get from online sources, I always try to be like unaffected by it, which I don't succeed at. But I try to be unaffected by it because I don't want that to be part of how I measure myself and my worth as an artist. I think the most important thing as an artist is to really nurture your internal sense of what's right, what's wrong, what's my perspective
Mm.
outside of all of the social media stuff, outside of like the entire rest of the world. You have to really like nurture that in kind of a quiet place inside yourself. Yeah. So I guess that's an overarching piece of advice I
Yeah.
have is
No.
not to get too lost in that stuff.
Oh, I love that. That's great. I literally had a conversation very similar to that with
Yeah.
my guitarist the other day, where I was like,
Mm.
I feel like we have not, because we're playing live now, but we haven't
Hmm.
properly paid dues to like the gods of the live music scene, right?
Yeah.
So no, I get it. And I think that that's a huge, huge point. Just like music should not be all about the social side.
Well, and I think that like performing live is such a beautiful thing. I love performing live. I feel like when I'm performing live, all of my self-doubt kind of goes away because I'm just so in the space of what I'm doing. And I think too that with the with the online platforms, you just don't get certain things about what it's like to really be in a music space. And now we're seeing all this stuff like Spotify and AI music, and I hope that more than ever there is a positive result of that, which is that people are seeing the value of live performance as like this is us actually just out here doing our thing, being real people. We're not machines. We're like because performance is something that cannot be live performance is something that can't be replicated by AI. Anyway, that's a hope that I have is that there will be kind of a shift more in that direction.
Yeah, AI can't replicate live performance or
Yeah.
like an actual in-person live.
Hmm.
Whoa, that's
That's
that.
like a little solace that I
Yeah,
take, in the
yeah.
whole situation we're in right now with live music and
No,
recorded
exactly.
music and all this stuff. Yeah. I
Yes.
hear also that that's why like country music has been coming back. And what I've heard is that it's linked to the idea of like, okay, well, there's all these people out here with instruments. There's like a fiddle player, whatever. There's some slide guitar, but it's like a lot of musicians together in a room, and that like there's more of a trend toward people wanting to listen to that. Yeah.
That makes sense. I have had discussions with a couple of people where they're like sw not necessarily switching, but they're going more
Hmm.
like in a folk direction for
Hmm.
the sake of like being able to jam with people and like yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
again, it's like that growth of community, which I think is yeah, I hope that's on the rise, like you said. I've we're seeing
I try to stay hopeful. I'm like I have to hold on to some hope.
we are Hope Core. We're,
Hope core.
we're here for the
I
hope.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last little question for you. What does it mean to be a part of the Wavies?
That's a good question. Well, I think it's a really special community, and I got introduced to the Wavys. I think it was the first year because actually my friend Mars Ray and the Raptures was nominated for something at that time for a music video. So I went as a guest the first year. Um, and I think it's a really special way to lift up the independent music community. And Rebecca is such a sweet person, and being part of it has been such an honor. Seeing all these different artists, seeing that there's, here's another community that's connecting me actually to something larger, like getting invited out to play Julia Jaded shows in LA and things like that. So it's been a really special thing to connect with a lot of new people and see that we're all, kind of in this together, trying to help each other out and nurture each other as artists. It's been a very sweet, meaningful kind of experience for me. Yeah.
I love that. Do you have any like last minute like statements you want to make? Anything additional that you'd like to talk about? Any like
Let's see. Well, definitely I should plug my next couple of shows.
yeah, do that.
So I have a show in LA, February 20th at Hotel Cafe. I also have a show here in New York City at Bar Frida. I'm playing on Black Suit Youth's residency, and that is March 24. So that's a local NYC show. And I'm probably planning a summer tour. So dates for that, TBA.
Okay, set me aside a ticket for Nashville when you come
I
through.
think we might be. We might be coming through. So
Or if
I
you
would
need
love
an
that actually.
opener, just let me know
Yeah,
around.
absolutely. That would be incredible. I will for sure let you know about that.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here, Eliza. Can't
Thank you
wait
so
to
much
have
for
you
having me.
again. And as always, stay wavy. And if y'all aren't following Eliza everywhere, what are you doing? Go follow. And we look forward to seeing you next time.